Hello, NBA fans. Daily news about the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm a fan of the Lakers show and I hope you'll subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Has the problem of a large center that the Lakers had before the start of the season been solved? Partially, because center Deandre Ayton, in the same way that he has spectacular games, in other games he has little participation and is not effective. It is being reported that Deandre Ayton causes relationship problems in the locker room and the Lakers are already involved in many problems and at the moment, the management should start thinking about trading Deandre Ayton. The Los Angeles Lakers didn't make any blockbuster moves this summer, but they did add pieces to help Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic. One being big man Deandre Ayton after he was released by the Portland Trail Blazers. Free agent center Deandre Ayton has agreed to sign a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Lakers, sources told ESPN on Wednesday night. The deal includes a player option, sources said. Between Portland and LA, Ayton will earn $34 million next season, ESPN's Shams Charania wrote. Concerns about Ayton have lingered due to his past reputation as a problematic teammate. Many believed his tenure in previous destinations ended for that very reason, and some feared it could happen again. The word around the league is not good about Deandre Ayton. Right now he's been labeled as a diva, as a cancer in the locker room. He has to change a lot about himself or he will find his career being shortened, ESPN's Kendrick Perkins said. Early in the season, Ayton seemed to be silencing those narratives, but recently, calls for a trade have resurfaced as the same tendencies continue to appear. The Los Angeles Lakers should look to move on before the February 5 trade deadline. Deandre Ayton is not a starting center on a title-contending roster. The Lakers can't suddenly expect him to lock in when the games matter most. The problems will persist, and it will ruin the season, Lake Show Life's Tyler Watts wrote. Things with Ayton likely get worse before they get better. The Lakers signed up for this. This clearly won't work. Now it is on Rob Pelinka and the front office to find an upgrade. That is easier said than done, but consider it a must. With just a few weeks left before the trade deadline, it's clear this experiment has failed miserably. The Lakers had hoped to get at least a couple of productive years out of Ayton, but that now seems unlikely. The harsh reality is that Ayton's attitude isn't going to cut it for any team. If playing alongside some of the best players in the league can't help, perhaps nothing will. Austin Reeves looking like himself in workouts, progressing toward stay-ready games. The Los Angeles Lakers have sorely missed Austin Reeves, who has been sidelined with a calf injury since Christmas Day. Reeves was turning in the best year of his career to begin the 2025-26 season, improving his production across the board and making a real case to make his first All-Star team. Since Reeves was ruled out, the Lakers' offense has taken a dip while the defense is noticeably worse. When Reeves got hurt, the initial prognosis was that he would miss at least 6 weeks, and so far it seems like he's on track to return on schedule. Head coach J.J. Redick said he expects Reeves to return at some point during the team's 8-game road trip, meaning that his return is imminent. Report ad. As part of Reeves' return-to-play process, Redick revealed Reeves has been playing 3-on-3 and is on track to start playing in stay-ready games, via Kobe Price of the California Post. The injury updates for Reeves have been positive, so it's encouraging to hear Redick say that he's looking more like himself in live action. Calf injuries have forced several stars around the league to miss extended time, so Los Angeles was wise to bring him along as slowly as they did. The Lakers can't get Reeves back soon enough as there have been too many prolonged scoring droughts and losses. LA lost multiple games by double digits during their rough patch, largely in part because defenses were able to load up on Luka Doncic and LeBron James more than usual. Los Angeles has 6 games left on its road trip, but it wouldn't be surprising to see Reeves make his return closer to the end of the trip as the team would likely want him to play some 5-on-5 at some point in his recovery process. Regardless, the Lakers are finally getting healthier and it'll be interesting to see what the group looks like at full strength. Lakers predicted to acquire Nuggets' $125 million NBA champion guard to help Luka Doncic. The Los Angeles Lakers are in desperate need of a two-way wing to help assist Luka Doncic on both ends of the floor. Acquiring a defensive-minded contributor who's limited offensively or an offensive-minded asset who's easy to pick on defensively won't get the job done for Los Angeles this season. In Lake Show Life's Maxwell Ogden opinion, trading for a 6'4" NBA champion Denver Nuggets 6'6" guard could do wonders for the Lakers moving forward. Peyton Watson's emergence opens door for Lakers to trade for Christian Braun, Ogden wrote Friday. Braun signed a 5-year, $125 million extension with the Nuggets that's set to take hold in 2026-27. He'll make an average of $25 million per season, which most have argued is a fair figure considering his emergence as one of the better two-way wings in the NBA. For a Lakers team in dire need of two-way players along the wings, that makes Braun the perfect trade target, assuming they can meet Denver's thus far unknown demands. While injuries have negatively impacted Braun's production on the hardwood this season, he's averaging 9.5 points per game on 45.9% field goal shooting and 21.2% three-point shooting in 14 contests. He's been a highly impactful role player in Denver to start his career. As a springy and active wing who's a reliable perimeter shooting threat and agile on-ball defender, Braun doesn't experience many issues making his presence felt nightly. Following a breakout 2024-25 campaign with the Nuggets, Braun earned a $125 million contract extension with the organization and was expected to carry that momentum into the 2025-26 season. With Braun in and out of Denver's lineup this year, Watson has maximized the opportunity in front of him and played the best basketball of his young NBA career. The UCLA product is averaging 14.5 points per game on 50.8% field goal shooting and 42.1% long-range shooting in 43 games with the Nuggets in year 4. As Ogden noted, Watson's brilliant play in Braun's absence could open the door for the Lakers to steal Braun from Denver before the trade deadline. Considering the Kansas product would fulfill both of the franchise's needs, it wouldn't be foolish for Los Angeles to consider adding him to the fold before time runs out. Lakers' LeBron James allegedly wants $53 million promising young star traded, says Skip Bayless. The Los Angeles Lakers are trying to navigate their roster construction with just a couple of weeks left before making trade deadline decisions. All of this is new for the Lakers, as they are now building around Luka Doncic's aspirations to win a championship rather than LeBron James. Doncic being just 26 gives the Lakers a far longer timeline to build a championship contending team, but that doesn't mean they can slow down and take their time. Doncic told Lakers president Rob Pelinka and coach J.J. Redick in May that he's not interested in taking the slow approach in building a contender, CBS Sports' Jasmine Wimbish wrote. There is no doubt the Lakers can get younger around Doncic. One name to watch is Golden State Warrior Jonathan Kuminga. The Lakers have legitimate interest in trading for Jonathan Kuminga. With the Kings now unwilling to part with a future protected first-round pick, Los Angeles could swoop in and make an enticing offer to the Warriors, NBA reporter Evan Sidery posted. The Lakers haven't been playing well lately, which complicates things as the trade deadline approaches. However, former ESPN commentator Skip Bayless believes James wants the organization to move on from Austin Reeves. D-Wade just said the Lakers look like they're playing without joy, that the energy has been drained by controversial stories such as ESPN's Genie vs. LeBron. To me, they're missing the explosive energy always provided by the guy LeBron once traded, Austin Reeves, Bayless wrote. This claim from Bayless seems far-fetched, considering the relationship between James and Reeves. It also makes little sense for James to want to trade Reeves, who could have been an all-star if not for his latest injury. Even if there is any truth to it, it's hard to imagine someone of James' caliber pushing to move a young star. Reeves remains a cornerstone for the organization, so any trade involving him would be extremely surprising. Everybody in Lakers organization appreciates LeBron James. It's never a dull day for the Los Angeles Lakers as another bombshell story dropped, this time involving LeBron James. The Buss siblings' quarrel over the Lakers franchise has been well documented, with Jeanie Buss eventually emerging as the controlling governor of the team. However, new details emerged that implicated Jeanie had started to turn on James following his involvement in the Russell Westbrook trade. Apparently, Jeanie was so frustrated with James that she even tried to have him traded to the LA Clippers. Since then, the team has been doing damage control by refuting any sort of dissonance between the organization and LeBron. Report ad. Head coach J.J. Redick addressed the recent report and emphasized that he and the Lakers are appreciative of what James has done since arriving in Los Angeles, via Dave McMenamin of ESPN. The reported grumbling over James' status as the franchise's savior seems to be overblown in Redick's opinion, and he even went out of his way to praise him for handling the pressure that comes with playing in Los Angeles. Redick also makes sure to add that coaching James hasn't been a problem, another long-standing criticism of the star. The Lakers' shift to Luka Doncic has opened up a door to part ways with James seamlessly, and it'll be interesting to see how much longer James dons the purple and gold. Luka Doncic reaches 4,000 career assists in loss to Clippers. Los Angeles Lakers star Luka Doncic reached 4,000 assists for his career in Thursday night's loss to the LA Clippers. Doncic hit the mark with his 5th assist against the Clippers and finished the evening with 8 total. Luka had another strong performance against the Clippers, adding 32 points and 11 rebounds, though it wasn't enough as the Lakers wound up losing 112-104. The loss snapped the Lakers' 2-game winning streak, though it was hardly Doncic's fault as he carried the team in the first half when the offense was sputtering. He assumed even more offensive responsibility when Austin Reeves was sidelined with a calf injury, and he's responded with huge box score games like the one he had against the Clippers. Report ad. Scoring has always come easy to Doncic as he can get hit shot off anywhere on the floor or draw contact to get to the free throw line. With how effortless Doncic can make scoring look, it's easy to forget he's also just as gifted of a passer. Doncic has an uncanny ability to feel for when and where teammates are open on the floor, often throw high degree of difficulty passes against a set defense. While Doncic commits his fair share of turnovers, his passing vision and creativity is almost second to none. There aren't many players in the NBA that can say they are an entire team's offense, but in Luka's case that's his exact role on the Lakers. While LeBron James and Reeves are more than capable of handling the keys to the offense, the system is clearly tailored to make use of Doncic's abilities as both a scorer and playmaker. When it comes to passing, Doncic has every trick in the book as he's a master of bending defenses to get the angles he wants. There have been numerous times where it looks like he will shoot but then choose to laser a pass to an open teammate instead. With how gifted of a passer Doncic is, it won't be long until he climbs further up the all-time assists board. Until then, though, Luka will need to focus his attention on getting the Lakers back in the win column. Lakers' offensive issues boil down to roster of free agents and player options. Before the Lakers' 2025-26 season started, Rob Pelinka, the franchise's president of basketball operations and general manager, spoke about how the team's optionality could benefit the team not just in the long term, but also the short term. But after Thursday night's loss to the Clippers, multiple people from the team addressed a potential disadvantage of having several players who are either signed to contracts that either expire after this season or have options for next year. Lakers coach J.J. Redick was critical of the team's passing and ball movement in the first half against the Clippers, a factor that led to his team trailing 64-47 at halftime and 77-51 midway through the third, before a late comeback attempt fell short despite cutting their deficit to 2. Redick emphasized that when the Lakers, one of the less frequent passing teams in the league, don't play well, they often don't move the ball like they should and don't execute offensively. There's got to be a trust factor with all our guys just to trust the pass, Redick said. And that starts with Luka Doncic. He's going to have the ball the most, out of everyone. He's got to trust the pass when he gets 2 on him. When he's playing in a crowd, he's got to pass the ball. Explore more. Trust was a common talking point after Tuesday's win over the Nuggets in Denver and before Thursday's loss to the Clippers, with Redick acknowledging Thursday night that trust can generally be a swing factor on a team filled with players with uncertain futures. 8 of the Lakers' 14 players signed to standard NBA contracts either are slated to become unrestricted free agents in the summer: LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, Jackson Hayes, Gabe Vincent and Maxi Kleber, or have player options: Austin Reeves, Deandre Ayton and Marcus Smart, for the 2026-27 season. It just goes back to the human element of everything, Redick said. and guys are worried about their futures. And that's what happens when you got a team full of free agents and player options. 8 Lakers players signed to standard NBA contracts are slated to become unrestricted free agents this summer. Jane Caminancia main images. It's just natural that you're gonna worry about the offense and I've been there. You, get in your head a little bit. Played 5 minutes, haven't got a shot yet. And that's a human thing. It's not anybody's fault. Smart, a 12-year NBA veteran who signed a 2-year, $10.5 million contract with a $5.4 million player option for next season, acknowledged the tough situation many Lakers players are facing. You got guys fighting for contracts, fighting to stay on the team, and you got other guys who are secure, got theirs and kind of understand where they are, he said. It is a little tough and it does make things a little bit harder. But at the same time, we're all professionals and we got to come out and do our jobs no matter what. The human element does come into play sometimes, and you just got to be able to snap out of it quicker than what we are doing. Hachimura, who's on an expiring contract he signed with the Lakers in the summer of 2023, echoed Smart. For sure, that affects us, Hachimura said. Especially this year, we have a lot of guys like that, including myself. I've been here for 4 seasons now and this is every year. Almost the same, but it's different, a little different. A little different this year because these guys, a lot of guys, are new, and they basically are on 1-year contracts and they have to survive too. So I get it, I understand that. But we talked before the season, winning is gonna help. So we gotta focus on that. Rumor is bad news for LA Lakers fans praying for trade to fix biggest problems. For Los Angeles Lakers fans hoping that the team makes a meaningful trade to improve the roster for the second half, you may want to get used to this current group. Following a full offseason and training camp with Luka Doncic, the LA Lakers had big expectations for the 2025-26 campaign. And it was understandable why. They still had LeBron James playing at a very high level for his age. They had solid pieces like Austin Reeves, and J.J. Redick was impressive in his first season as an NBA head coach. After the first few weeks of the season, it looked like the LA Lakers would be contenders. Doncic was playing like an MVP, and Reeves took his game to an all-star level. However, after James returned from injury, the warts on this current roster started to show. They are not as good offensively as they should be, and their defense has led to viral videos for all the wrong reasons. It's why the team has been linked to trade rumors over the last month. LA Lakers fans would love a bold move that gets them another all-star. However, recent reports suggested that if they do make a deal, it would not be a blockbuster. According to Christian Clark and Dan Woik of The Athletic, that remains the case, and any meaningful changes will wait until the summer. LA Lakers punting on worthwhile moves until the summer? Lakers sources have referenced the time it took for Dallas to build out its most optimized rosters around Doncic, noting that the Lakers need more athleticism, shooting, and defense to replicate what was left behind in Dallas, they wrote. No potential move the Lakers make at the deadline will check more than one of those boxes, and some around the team believe the real work will happen in the summer, when the Lakers could have as many as 3 first-round picks to use in trades to improve the roster. While it is probably the right move, it is sure to disappoint LA Lakers fans hoping for a deep run in the playoffs this spring with trade improvements. The team they have right now is the one they will have for the rest of the season, so they will need to look in the mirror for any worthwhile changes in the second half.